What is up, everyone? Well. Here we are. Also, guys, I need your help on tonight's stream. Actually, hold on. Like we always do, let's get a little stretch. Oh, feels good. All right. So, I know in the past we've had some audio hurdles and challenges. So I have this new USB microphone. So you guys got to tell me how the audio levels are. I will try to pay attention to the comments, and I can adjust it right here just on the little dial. So I'll get it dialed in. It's tough to even know when or where to start. We had a day. I'm sorry that I missed you guys last night, or you missed me, or both. Probably both. Just a lot of crazy stuff going on, and didn't think the stream was the right thing to do. But I'm very excited to be back, and I have some pretty big news tonight. Dad says audio sounds good. Thank you. So we had the whole team. Well, not the whole team. The whole local team was here tonight. All day actually. Came in about 11. I came in at 9. Thank you, Andy. And we've been knocking stuff out, and it's just been like awesome thing after awesome thing after awesome thing, and it doesn't feel real, to be honest. It doesn't feel real what's happening. Sacento, all good. Hodl, baby. We'll get into that too. I actually had a great conversation with a sports card investor, and that's going to go live on his YouTube tomorrow. We talked a lot about this, this wave and price fluctuation. He's legit. By day, he's a tech investor, and by night, he's a sports card investor. His whole show is dedicated to it. And we had a great, very productive conversation about the investment opportunities, whether good or bad, about Project 2020. And I think that's going to be really good. We've been doing a crazy media circuit. Yes. So, again, where to start? The Trout card launched today. Here. It's this painting, plus Ben Baller did the Bling, and it was such a cool thing that it's like this perfect storm where Mike Trout, best player in baseball right now, only current player in baseball in Project 2020, one of the highest PRs in terms of art. Every artist, every time they do a Trout, it's usually breaking records, it's doing good things. Plus, it's card 100. Plus, when Ben Baller saw it, he and I text and talk quite a bit, and he was really hammering me because I was working on the piece. He's like, "Man, I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it." And finally, I caved. I was like, "All right, fine. Here's where I'm at." And I did 2 Trouts. This was the second one. The first one I did on a different live stream, but I was just like, I don't know. It's close. It's close. From artist to artist, right? Like when you're at a point with your art, you can share it, but you want to also put a disclaimer to be like, all right, we're close. And he's like, hey man, let me sprinkle some magic on there for you. And that's an automatic yes for me. Now I had to clear it with Topps to make sure that it was okay. They surprisingly, they were all like, yeah, that's actually a great idea. So it's Trout. It's card 100. It's the first artist collab ever of Project 2020, and it's blinged out, and it says Blake did the card, Ben Baller did the bling on the back of the card, which I think is just so cool how they did that, both on the site page, which by the way, I'll put this here down here in the comments right now. That is not it. That is my super secret stream key that I just copied over to OBS. Okay, hold on one second. Stand by. We're fine. Everything is fine. Control-C, Control-V. Okay. Also, I don't know. I haven't seen them in the comments yet, but I want to give a shout out to Lolo and Smila because I think they're tuning in. They're having a little sleepover at Smila's house tonight. And because there's a curfew in New York right now, you can't move after 8. So we are having a sleepover here at the studio, which is awesome. And we have a projector. I have a giant wall here of art. It's just got a big blank canvas. We have a projector. And we were reminiscing about Entourage. And it's so funny. They were arguing about who's who. Yep. And it was the funniest thing ever because they started talking about it. I walked in from the other room and Tony was like, well, I'm definitely E. So who's drama? And then, am I telling this right? And then Matt was like, no, you're drama and I'm E. And I walked in and I had to be the judge. I'm like, dude, I think that Matt is E and Tony is drama. But
I would run through a wall for you.
Because Tony would do crazy stuff. He would jump through a window, run through a wall, smash. He would just do the most insane stuff, and that's a drama type of thing to do.
Just for this guy.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. And anyways, Roman says one take. Yeah, one
take Blake?
Oh no, he said one. He said one Blake. I thought it was a one take Blake reference. Maybe not. Yeah, Turtle. Did Lolo get a care package? Not yet, Dad. We got we got some mail today. That was a cool thing that she was excited about, but it wasn't. I don't think what you're talking about. It was a pair of heels on Amazon. Baby needed new heels, so we got them for her. Anyways, we had this hilarious conversation trying to put who's who on the Entourage squad. So tonight, I suggested after our hard work, we're gonna put up I don't know which episode of Entourage. First episode of Entourage. Also, fun fact, Entourage was my favorite show, and in was I still in college or just after college? I think it was just after college. Entourage was on their final season, and they had an open call for a pool party scene, which turned out to be the season finale, the Eminem concert pool party scene. But I literally drove from Northern California. I was living in Sacramento at the time, or Davis or Roseville. I don't know, in that area. I don't remember exactly when it was. I think I was still living in Davis. And I drove all the way to LA for an audition, lined up around it was lined up around the block. I was literally second or third in line, and I had no acting experience or anything. I was just I want to be in the show. And they brought us into this little room, and it was only 3 people at a time, and they're okay, pretend you're at a pool party dancing. And so I'm dancing, doing a thing. And then after you go through that, then they would come in and talk to you, and they'd say, okay, you're excused, you can go home. Or for me, they're we'd like you to stick around. We want to see a little more. So I got it wasn't even a callback. It was it was just no. Actually, I think that they did. It was a pool party scene. Fortunately, I played college lacrosse. I was in peak shape at that time, so I was yeah, probably. But yeah. So I stuck around, and then I did a second audition, and then I didn't make it. But it was still that's how much that show meant to me. So hearing the guys argue about who's drama and who's E was freaking hilarious. And yeah, anyways, so that happened. Then we got a ton of work done on our autographed cards, getting them out the door. I mean, it's hard to express how logistically the amount of work and things that we have to do to each card, from the moment that we get them from Topps to taking that to a final product that is a signed, numbered, and UV coated card on the back. I do UV codes for authenticity purposes later down the road. So by the way, if you get an autograph card and use a UV light on the back of your card, don't show that off. I don't want people knowing what UV code. That's a secret. That's me and your secret, right? So speaking of that, I have a UV light right here. Hey, Matt or Tony?
Yeah.
Actually, let's let Tony do it, because Matt's probably seen some of these. Are these ready to... Are you trying to look at the codes?
1 second.
Really?
got it. What do you mean?
I would like you to come over here.
Yes.
I want you to take this light. I want you to go shine that across all the back of those cards. Don't say them out loud. Definitely don't say what number they correspond to, but just look at that.
Yep.
Keep going.
Yes, it is.
Keep going.
Yes.
Keep going.
I'll read it.
Keep going.
What is that? What is that? Is that
That's the blob. That's the blob. There's a blob. It's marked on the paper. It's a blob.
Cool.
It's okay. Some of them are blobs.
Oh.
When you don't literally.
I mean, it's super cool to see what the things on here are. Oh, I see somebody.
This is why I can't trust you with UV lights. Just wait till you get to the end. You're gonna, yeah, whatever.
You see the UV light in
Okay.
my college dorm.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Oh gosh. Rakesh, how can I donate to the charity you donate to? Well, that is a great question. I donate to, I have a lot of charities that I work with. I've worked with Make-A-Wish for years and years. I've also worked with Beat the Streets, which is a New York-based wrestling charity. They do wrestling programs, after-school programs for inner-city kids. I love their work as well. I've been really fortunate with this project. I didn't know it was going to break out so much. So I've been able to donate to a lot of amazing causes. So every time I sell an autographed card from one of the players I'm working with, for example, Mark McGwire has a Mark McGwire Foundation for Kids. For the Mike Trout, we're doing the Millville Foundation for the Arts.
Yeah, there's a Glassboro Arts District in Millville.
Glassboro
and Millville are real close to each other.
Okay.
So there's like an arts district. There's a museum down there. So we're gonna donate a bunch of money to a bunch of places.
Yep. We did Ricky Henderson Foundation, Ricky Henderson Field of Dreams. Well, no, I did both.
Oh, sorry.
I did the Ricky Henderson Foundation and Ricky Henderson's Oakland Field of Dreams. We've done, yesterday I donated to George Floyd, the GoFundMe. So it's like, I mean, count all the causes. There's so many great causes.
The 100 Black Men of Atlanta, we're going to donate.
100 Black Men of Atlanta will donate there. Yeah, so it's a lot. And I mean, so much more amazing charity stuff coming up. I actually had a phone call. My day started with a phone call about that, which is going to be cool, and I'll be able to announce that as soon as I work out the details. It's not my charity, but it is. It's going to be a really cool way where I'm going to sell some art. It's going to go to a charity, and then that's going to be matched by another company. That's going to be a COVID-related charity, and that's going to be really great as well. Simon, can I donate to businesses that have been destroyed? Yeah, so, in terms of accepting donations, I'm totally down for that. So if there are GoFundMes, I actually saw one about one that I did was I think it was a collectible store. I don't think it was necessarily a card store, but after I did the George Floyd one, it said, oh, here's some others, and I saw another one that I donated to as well. It was a business that never got to open because of COVID, and then they were waiting to open because waiting for COVID to end, and then the looting and rioting and stuff, and they got kind of wrecked. So let's see. Yeah, Make-A-Wish is awesome. It's really cool. Yeah, Chris from Reindeer Studios did make a great sketch of me. Actually, we could grab that. Do you know where that is? I know where it is. Let me grab it really quick. Those options people. It's actually not in there. All right, just kidding. I thought we moved. So as you guys, oh, by the way, rocking the fanny. Yeah, I got to get you guys an update on the fanny too. I don't have exact ship times now, and I know some people are flipping them on eBay, and that's a pain in the butt. But that's the kind of it is what it is. I'm going to tell you as soon as I can get them. They are going to be quicker turnaround than, let's say, some of the Topps cards. But it's also making almost 500 fanny packs from the manufacturer that I used is a really big order for them. So we're we're sorting all that out. Jimbo, is there a way to buy one of the large canvas pieces of art? Yeah. So at I'm just trying to think of the best way. I'm trying to figure out a better way, honestly, man. Like I said, this project blew things out of the water that I didn't know would be anything. I had no idea there was going to be this type of demand. So I wish I was prepared so that I have a really big inventory of art, of work that I've done that is for sale, and I would gladly sell it. I need to get that online and make that easier. I need to make that easier to get. I've had a lot of people ask about commissioning new work. Unfortunately, because of all of the stuff we have going on right now, I can't take on new commission projects, because literally if someone hired me today to paint a painting, I couldn't probably start it for like 2 or 3 months. And that's with what's going on now. I can't, in 2 or 3 months, it might even be even crazier. So there's like a waiting list for that. But I do have a lot of original art that is totally for sale, and I would love to get it out of the studio. So maybe one day on these streams, we'll do studio tour, or not really a studio tour, art inventory tour. And I'll literally just hold up all the pieces, say, all right, here's this one, and it's this much, or whatever. And I know all my prices. It's all based on size of the painting. So I think that actually could be a really fun thing. So thank you for whoever suggested that. Somebody else asked what the big news is. Well, I'll tell you what it is, but I'm not going to tell the story about it for a little bit because I'm on a roll here. The big news is I was just on the phone with Mark McGwire about an hour ago. Anyways, back to the other stuff. Definitely will try and get you guys original art. Definitely want you guys to get this Trout. I'm going to push this here. Oh man. Of course, Dad, I will. So I say I have a bunch of art. My dad sends me a text. He's here on the stream. He's like, send me the pictures and the prices. Yeah, he can help get them online, which is amazing. That's a great idea, Dad. I will. Let's see. We'll do that. We'll talk about that for sure. So anyways, my dad, amazing computer programmer. He also has several businesses, iartx.com and ibookx.com, where he's built custom sites to, he's an art collector and sells art, as well as sells books. He collects West Indian literature and a lot of West Indian art as well. Anyway, so my dad will help me make that happen sooner, which is amazing. Keith, dual sign autos. Are you talking about me and Ben Baller, or me and Mike Trout, or something totally different? Tony could get in on one. All of those are possibilities. Some are probably more likely than others. Yeah, let's see here. Oh, Tim says I can't drop that and say anything else. Yeah, I will in a second. Yeah, Beckett interview was awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, so if you were on the Beckett interview, you know a little bit more of the story of the Mark McGwire phone call. So earlier today, right before the stream, I was on Beckett Live, and it went really good. It went really well. We talked for almost an hour, even though it was supposed to be a half an hour interview. We covered a lot of different things, kind of retold a lot of my story of artist journey, which I know that a lot of you guys, you know, which is fine. John Craig wants a Tony auto. Okay, cool.
Well, I didn't read it that
You,
way.
Trout, and McGwire, or
way.
McGwire, great. Me and Big Mac, actually, of all of those things, is probably the highest likelihood of happening. I'll tell you that. We didn't discuss specifically doing dual auto cards, but he is so nice. And okay, I'm just gonna tell you guys.
Amazeballs.
All right, Amazeballs.
Grab the tissues.
Yeah, grab the tissues. Yeah, we had the phone call and Tony cried.
Twice today.
And I'm a crier. I thought I would cry. I held it together pretty good. Okay, so I get an email, and as you guys know, if you've been following me, my email inbox is bananas. I used to have this weekly ritual. Every Sunday, I would clean my studio. I wouldn't paint anything. I would clean the studio, top to bottom, and I would get my email inbox to 0, so that when I start the week, I have a clean, fresh slate and a clean email inbox, and that was always felt really good. A few weeks ago, a month ago maybe, it got to the point where Sundays, not only wasn't cleaning the studio, I was just continuing production because we have a lot to do, Also, I didn't allocate time to get the email inbox to 0, and the input was more and more and more and more and more. It kept stacking up. I know that there are more important emails in that box, which is now up to like 1,700. Shout out to Tess, my sister Tess. She's helping me get that under control. Whole family, man. I got such a supportive family. I can't tell you guys how cool that is. So, randomly, like I've kind of been avoiding my email inbox because it's just like gives me anxiety to look at right now. But today, between signing autographs on hundreds of cards and cases and things, just sat down and I opened my email inbox and I saw one at the top and I clicked on it and I started reading it and it said, "Hey Blake, I saw your article on MLB. I love that story. It was so amazing. That led me to a YouTube stream of yours where you told the story about the Freeway fans, and I totally remember you. It's so weird to me how different things stand out, you know, in life, and that or whatever." He's like, "It's so weird that that's just so memorable." But he remembered it, and he said, "I love your work. I also would be we could talk about getting some art in my home in OC, and let's catch up soon. I can't wait to meet you." And then it was signed Mark McGwire, and I'm like, "What?" Like I couldn't believe it. So, first thing I did was I forwarded it to both of my parents. I'm like, "Look, check this out." And then I ran and I got Tony and all the guys. And it's funny because I videotape everything, so I was videotaping that, and I like him running down the hall. I'm like, guys. And Tony's like, "Hold on, I gotta finish it." I'm like, "Nope, come on." And they read it. And actually, I actually brought Tony in before I even finished reading the email. I had read the first couple sentences, and then I read who it was from, and then I ran and got them, and then I ran back, and I was filming, and so I'm like, "Tony, sit down and read it." And Tony starts reading it, and he starts reading out loud, and then he just goes silent, and he's like smiling and like maybe crying a little, and we're all just like, "Read it out loud." And so, anyway, so the email was from Mark McGwire, and Mark McGwire. So I email back, and at that point, I put everything else, all those autos on side, and I sat down and I spent 20-30 minutes crafting this email saying, "This means so much to me. You're literally my favorite athlete of all time. No one's even close. You're the only player that I collect in terms of cards. The Freeway fan story and everything, and like this hat and all this." He commented about the hat too, either in the email or on the phone call. Anyway, I sent a really long thing, and I also told him that it was going to be on the cover of Beckett, which he didn't know. And I sent him a picture of the Beckett issue, which is coming out in July, 4th of July, and the card is going to look like that with American flag. Amazing. So he was stoked about that. He said, "Man, that's amazing." He said, "Hey, can I call you sometime today?" And I'm like, yes, absolutely yes. So, and then he ended up actually texting me first. He said, "Hey, I'm going to try," and I told him my schedule because I did have a few things. I had a call. Also, amazing news. I talked with Sophia Chang today. We had a great talk, which is totally going to get shadowed by this Mark McGwire thing, and I feel bad about that. But I told him, "Hey, I have this call with another Topps 2020 artist at 4, and then I have this Beckett live interview at 8, and then I have my live stream at 10:23. So he said, okay. He texted me. He said, "Hey, it's Mark. I'm going to call you before your Beckett interview." And I said, "Great." And so he called me at around 7. And I didn't know if he was just going to say like, "Hey man, this is great, thanks." I had no idea what to expect. And literally it was like, we talked for 20 minutes and I told him a bunch of like, my story and about like going to all the games with my dad and just everything, how my mom didn't throw away any of our cards and they moved around the country with us. And then everything came full circle back to this Topps Project 2020 thing. And he's so nice. I can't tell. Like, he was so nice. And he's like, "Man, you want me to sign anything? I'll take care of you." So I don't necessarily know if that means that we're going to do like autos to like sell to you guys. But if he's going to sign like, a Beckett cover for me or a card or whatever, that would be really, really cool, obviously. And he's really nice, really friendly guy. And I would be comfortable when I talk to him next or when I see him or whatever, saying, hey, what if we did a very limited, I don't know, 25 cards that we both signed together. Open to that. I don't know, no idea what he's going to say. If it were dual auto, I think that Topps would be okay with it. I know that Topps has a deal with him. They will send him cards to sign as, limited, the one of ones and stuff. So he does work with Topps. Yeah, I'm not crying, you're crying. Exactly. Anyways, it's like, he was crazy. It was really crazy.
21 of the 25, right?
Yeah.
Two people have to reserve it.
That's true.
People in this room and one person in California. And also 2 people in California.
Shh. We got to keep some stuff surprises, Tony.
I suck at surprises.
I know you do. Hey, speaking of surprises, why don't you bring over that surprise you brought me today?
Oh, nice. This was
Everything happens for a reason.
He called later in the day.
He called on this day. Everything happens for a reason, guys. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to say that when things are going well, and I'm in a very fortunate position right now where things are going very, very well. So it's really easy for me to say that things happen for a reason, and I get that. I will tell you, if you know me for a long time, or if you look back, Tony told me today, he said, hey man, just in case you get super famous, like, is there anything in your Twitter that we need to go and delete? And I said, no, it's fine. It's real talk, dude. I said, absolutely not. I've been positive, shining light for decades, and it has not always been easy.
Well, I have to review my social.
You do have to review your social. So Tony came today. He brought me this gift, which is so cool. It's a Big Mac, and it's like a porcelain, like old school. It's actually in 2 pieces. This is like the base. And oh wow, it's numbered. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Was it 2500?
0574. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. So Tony got this to me. Tony's a very good gift giver. He gave me some very, very meaningful gifts. And that was one that he brought today. And lo and behold, mere hours later, Mark was calling my phone. And I answered the phone too. What did I say when I answered, Tony?
I wasn't here. I was
Oh, you weren't. I said, "What's up, Big Mac?" And he like laughed. He like immediately. He's like, It was great, man. He's so nice. He's so nice. Oh man, yeah, it's crazy.
So tell him about the
So,
call.
I'm sorry.
Tell him about the call.
With Mac,
Yeah,
I just did.
not all of it.
I would like to keep some of it private.
Oh.
The call was really good. It was 20 minutes long of really good stuff. The other call, Sophia Chang, been trying to link up with her for a little while now. She's killing it. She's a extremely successful artist, even outside of Project 2020, and is still very busy outside of Project 2020. And so it's fun. It's fun seeing people win, and the fact that like we couldn't get on a call for a couple weeks because she had too much going on, and I felt like I had a lot going on. I was like, hey, I can make time today. I can make time. It took us a little bit of scheduling, but she was so nice, and I'm so excited. We're gonna do. The plan right now is to do a video interview or chat tomorrow afternoon that I will record, and then I will play probably on tomorrow night's live stream. So you guys will get to see it. Now you won't get to unfortunately engage in the comments here that then she would see and react in real time, but she is going to come back and we're going to do a live one, and we're going to do one on my YouTube, we're going to do one on her Instagram, all very exciting. And the reason that she can't stream tomorrow night's stream is because she's actually going on a really cool family road trip, which is awesome. So I'm very excited for her. It sounds like it's going to be a blast. They're doing like a little RV adventure to some national parks, Grand Canyon, and so on. So that's really cool. It's also cool that she is from Queens and has an apartment in Flushing, which is like bunch of miles that way. Not a lot of miles, just some miles. So she's back here pretty often, at least when the world is not in quarantine and curfew and all the crazy stuff that's going on. So when she comes back, hopefully I'm going to get her by the studio as well. Also in the artist collab thing, pretty big news. Been talking with Efdot a lot. Love that dude. Eric is such a good dude and an amazing artist. And he's in Brooklyn. He has a studio in Brooklyn, and that's not that far from Long Island City. And so we're gonna do a live together, but we're gonna do it in studio, and we're gonna paint together. I don't know if we're gonna paint separate stuff or if we're gonna paint the same thing, but we're gonna be painting at the same time in the same room. That's pretty cool. Pretty big news. Don't know on the timing with that. We were originally thinking. Well, no, we were gonna do a call tonight, an interview, and I think we were gonna do it on his channel for his Patreon. So Efdot has a Patreon. He's got a ton of patrons now. He's growing quickly, so he wanted to have me on because I had him on my YouTube stream, and he wanted to have me on his Patreon stream, which would have been great. But because of everything that's been crazy, we decided to push that a little bit. Yeah, Tyson Beck as well. I've talked to Tyson about doing a live. He's down, and I'm down to go live on his. I actually, Tyson would have been a great one to have on tonight, and maybe, Tony, will you write down, or Matt, whoever is E, will you write down to hit up Tyson about potentially live streaming together tomorrow night while both of our cards are still live? Or even like, it doesn't even have to be, because he's in Australia, so we could do the same thing where like we could do either pre-recorded or like we could go live in the middle of the day as a bonus stream if that was better for him timing wise for Australia.
I got you.
Great. Thanks, E. Watch them both say you're welcome. Let's see. No. So Chad asked, yeah, because you and Efdot are the only two that use the same paint medium for your art, right? Not really. I mean, we do use the same paint medium, but Gregory Siff also does a lot of the same mediums as us, and does some mixed media stuff, which also I do, and I don't know if Efdot does. King Saladin does a lot of spray paint and paint pens and acrylic and stuff as well. So Andrew Thiel also is doing a lot of the same mediums. So anyways. Yeah, I'm getting messages. Okay. So that's like, I mean, you guys heard it here first. What, Tony and Matt, right now, what are you guys working on?
I'm sticker and reviews.
Yep.
That's important. Okay, well, it was going to be there was a follow-up question of, do you guys want to break some packs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tony
and
brought...
Also today all day long I worked on ship out, and we're shipping out the Jackies and the Donnies hopefully tomorrow, right?
Definitely tomorrow.
And so working on adding all the insurance to all the packages.
Yep.
And making sure that the weight is right. And
Yep.
there's probably 150 orders of that. So that took a while.
Yep.
But that's great.
Yeah, I think we should break some stuff. So we only have, I know last time, we could probably, I mean, our people are patient, so we probably could set up an overhead cam if you guys want. Let's just see in the comments. If we're breaking cards, and we have all three amigos here, 6 feet, tough to keep there. Do you want us to do it right here in front of you, or do you guys want like I can set up my iPhone on a tripod and we could get a second cam? You guys think about it. I'm drinking Modelo. We had a no May Modelo, and now it's not May. Tyson Beck, yeah, Blake Jamieson collab, that would be awesome. Tyson and I have talked about that actually, and be really cool. Tim, my team is the best. I'm so grateful. And also for people that aren't pictured here in the stream, Lauren, my parents, my sister, Jackson, Andy. So this is crazy. All right. So our accountant, my accountant, His name's Andrew Choi. He goes by Andy. He spells his last name Choai, which is a little bit unique, I think, for Choi. And he used to work at VaynerMedia, actually, for Gary Vaynerchuk, and which is cool. It's super cool. And now he works for me, with me. Nobody works for me. We all work together. Anyways, I put out an ad or like a tweet saying I wanted to hire someone for YouTube to help me with YouTube SEO, optimizing my channel, and helping with that. I got a lot of candidates. Always, every time I put out a job position, I have hundreds of people being like, "Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that." And some people send resumes, some people send relevant experience. But this dude sent me a DM, said, "Hey, I saw this. I'm gonna keep it short," and listed the people that he's worked with, the brands, the individuals. And he's like, "I've run YouTubes for this person, this person, this person," and I did a little fact checking, and it was legit. And so by far, he was the most qualified dude, and it wasn't even close. And those are the type, we are building a team of literally super studs, which is also what we call when we're doing card art and we're pulling them out. We have a pile, we have a stud pile and a super stud pile. Everyone that works with me is a super stud. So this guy was a super stud. And on Twitter, it just said AC. This dude's name is Andy Choi. He's literally the same. And we only have like 6 people on the team, and 2 of them are named Andy Choi. Now, he spells his name a little bit differently, Choi, so he doesn't have the A. And on his driver's license, the name is Andy, whereas the other Andy is named Andrew. Makes things confusing, but whatever. We're working with it. So, anyways, shout out to both Andy Choi's, who are not here. Accountant Andy was here earlier. That's funny. Was Andy in the office an accountant? It was. The character Andy in The Office?
Yeah.
Was he an accountant?
No, he was a salesman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Oh, yeah. What was the guy's name? That was the accountant. Is the one that Michael always hated.
No, that was the HR person.
Yeah, that's Toby.
Yeah. I was thinking Toby. Yeah. Okay.
Angela, Oscar, and
Okay.
Kevin.
Got it.
Let's go.
Okay. Anyways.
Corey loves that show.
Suzuki said my music video was dope. Thank you so much. Yeah. One Take Blake.
I have the Frank code.
It's funny because I haven't listened to that song in almost a decade, and I was playing it for the boys randomly. I don't know how it came up, but I was like, guys, you got to see this, and I played it, and then I just could rap. I know every single lyric, literally. I could perform that song right now. I won't right now, but have I tried Micheladas? Is that the like a Corona with like a Bloody Mary mix on top? Is that what that one is? I'm not sure. And a lime. I don't know. Just Jeff, I've sent you guys cards for all of you to Pack War as well. Amazing. Thank you so much. Any more Nipsey? I did like a Nipsey limited edition print run. I don't remember which ones I used. I painted like 5 Nipsey paintings. So I could be open to that. As far as original Nipseys, that's also a good question. I don't think I have any more Nipseys, but while I told you that commissions were on hold, if you wanted to get a Nipsey using the stencil that I already created, that is something that I would probably be able to fit into the pipeline. Not going to guarantee it. Also, as far as prints go, I mean, you can get prints of a lot of my work, even if, not always, sometimes. If the original is sold, it depends what the work is. Like, if an athlete commissions me to paint them, I'm not going to turn around and sell prints to somebody else. But if I paint a cool pop portrait that's a little bit more ambiguous and is maybe not an athlete, like I just sent off a painting today for a birthday present, actually, for a young lady named Lily, who is turning 11. Maybe she's 11 turning 12. I sent off a picture to her today that she's really going to like. Her birthday is Sunday. Shout out Lily if you're watching. Keep an eye out for the mail. Anyways, stuff like that I will do prints of and do it and those ones are like unnumbered. Just however many ordered, it's continuous like a available thing because it's all print on demand. Thank you, Peanut World. I like that. Yeah. Wait. There's a link to the Blake 101 Ryan. If that is true, literally, please send me that right now. Wow. Could you guys look that up? Either one of you?
Yeah, I'll look it up.
If the Nolan Gold surface, I mean, we got to take a run at it if we can. Got to get it now before everything else. Who is on the next card? I gotta check. It's either Mariano Rivera or Willie Mays. Those are my next two cards for sure. I can't remember the order. I think it's Mo first. I'm not sure. And actually, those are the last two in this batch. So they only give us like a chunk at a time. Usually it was 6 at a time. But I slipped in, my Jackie slipped in at card 42 just because I had it done. And then my Trout ended up going up, to card 100. So like they're shifting things around a little bit. But I got to actually ask them to say, hey, what are my next 6 or 7 cards to start painting those. It's crazy how much time you can spend as an artist on your art business that is not painting paintings. And while this is like literally, this is my dream come true. Today was one of the best days of my life. We're still constantly working on a little bit of balance, and that's part of building this dream team of people to help with all of the logistics to make the business run smoothly, to get people their cards shipped out, make sure that the right number card gets to the right person, that it's insured, that it's got a signature, that the right certificate of authenticity is paired with the right numbered box, which is paired with the right numbered card. It's a lot of stuff. Rob asked if I've ever painted any Iverson stuff. So I haven't painted Iverson, but I actually did print out a giant stencil. Before Project 2020, I didn't have a lot, like, with COVID and like everything, like, honestly, I didn't have a lot of business of like commissions. So in those cases, I'll do just passion projects. And I printed out a huge Iverson step over that I wanted to do. I wanted to start getting into some larger format stuff just to try and push my own creative boundaries and challenge myself. And so I actually have the stencil printed out for it, but I haven't cut it, and that's really what takes the longest. I did this huge Muhammad Ali that I love, and that was going to be, in my mind, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to do these like greatest sports moments of all time, and they're like giant, 8-foot, 10-foot paintings. That one was done, and like just cutting the stencil for the Muhammad Ali, I probably spent a week on it, literally just cutting, and then the painting process is relatively quick. I spent a couple days painting it, but like at least a week cutting stencils. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot of work, like a lot of time to spend on a painting, but for me, like, I typically produce 200 works of art per year. And so you think about, like, I'm not in the studio every day, and so I don't paint necessarily like one thing start to finish. I start 5 things at the beginning of the week, and over the course of a week, I'll be working on all 5. I'll paint a little bit while paint's drying. I'll go to the next thing, go to the next thing, go to the next thing. So by the end of the week, I have 5 paintings in 5 days. That's not abnormal for me. So in fact, that is like the norm across all my previous business. So like for me to spend a week straight, like 10-hour days, 5 or 6 days cutting a stencil is a lot. So the Iverson stencils is gonna be a while till I can get to that. I also have the Kobe and Jordan kind of leaning over, sitting next to each other. I don't know if they're. What is this?
Yeah, that's the one. You're one of them. It's on auction. Just have 5 days left.
Okay, can we contact the seller?
Yeah.
Great. Can we also place a bid?
Sure.
Great.
We can do both.
Let's do that.
Okay.
What's that?
The Nolan Ryan 1 of 1 has surfaced,
Seriously.
and it's on eBay,
Nice.
but there's no buy it now.
It's 5:30 with 5 days to go.
I mean, it's gonna
I
go.
don't even
It's
know
gonna
if
go. It's gonna go through the roof.
Sure, I don't even know if they can pull it down at this point. We'll contact the
Is
seller.
it bid? If it's bid on, if it's not bid on.
50 bids already.
Oh, there's 50?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Can you bid against each other?
Sorry, cursing. Sorry, Lily.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
Are you
know.
bidding on it?
If you guys, please, I'm asking you a favor. No, not you guys. I'm asking the stream a favor. The Nolan 1 of 1 is on eBay. I'm gonna bid on it. I hope you guys don't bid it up too long, too much. But if you guys do bid on it, and if you win it, I will make you a super sick deal that you can't refuse. And it will be, it won't just be art. I will give you money, but I will also give you art, and it will be literally a deal you can't refuse. Now I know that me saying that is probably going to make you guys all run out and bid on it. Damn it. All right. Well. All right. Yeah, I know that was silly, but it's true. Okay. I mean, we could just tell them to try and. But the thing is like I don't want them to all bid against each other.
No.
Like we want to keep.
No.
You know.
You know who's selling it?
Who?
It'll all work out.
Everyone who's on the stream doesn't like who's selling it.
Why are you selling it?
That's a general statement that I don't know is true.
Yeah, it is true.
All right. Well, I don't think it's true, but let's talk about it later.
You can't speak for other
We'll
people.
talk about it after the stream.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways. Yeah, exactly. Bid at the last second, Mike. Yeah, me talking about it means it's going to go higher. Which, in a normal situation, would be great. In this situation, it's not good because I want it. Pretty bad. It's an auction house. Pro B Stein 23.
That's why I got the Mike Trout card.
That's how you got what, Mike Trout?
That's why I got the Mike Trout 2011 update. So they are a legitimate buyer. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that people on Twitter don't like it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's fine. People are now it's at $750.
Well, I'm the highest bidder now.
God
so
damn it!
I'm
Oh,
the highest
oh,
bidder.
okay. Tony's the highest bidder. Okay, let's actually not bid on it anymore. Try and be good role models. Everyone else also not bid. Let's just let it end at $750 and call it a day. If that happens, I'll make all of you guys awesome stuff. What is this? Oh.
That's the high bid.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I was wondering when that one would surface. Now it's at 900. God damn it. Guys, seriously. Okay.
Still the highest bidder.
I know Tony's still the highest bidder, but I just screwed us.
Well,
920 now. 940. 1,000. These people are like talking like a freaking auctioneer. Jesus.
Wait, is this actually happening?
Yes. Yes. Look what I did.
Oh, her bid, my high bid.
Shush. Anyways, can we talk more about the Mark McGwire phone call?
Yeah, let's do that.
Or, oh, God.
Let's talk about money. How about all the stuff you learned about Big Man?
Big Mac has a lot of kids. One of his kids, his oldest kid, is 32 years old, which is cool because it's close to my age. I would love to hang out with Mark and his kid. And then he had what? 20-something-year-old, and then he has triplets. 3 dogs, right? That are like 11? Tony,
What?
are you just told me to talk about the kids. I need your help. If you, do you
He
remember?
has three triplets.
3
girls.
three girl triplets, which are like 11.
Yep.
He has I know he has a 32-year-old, which is his oldest kid.
Yeah, maybe one of them.
I think he had one other kid, but he was talking about how he had a kid that he would go and was playing baseball, and he would be going, but they couldn't play.
Right.
I guess I don't know. I know I dropped the ball. All right, guys. Well, 5 days left too. Why you gotta go do that?
Well, I'll be there to the end, bro.
Yeah, but I just messed it up for us. I'm gonna price ourselves out of it.
Afterwards, you can't buy more plants because you messed it up.
Well, it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason. Whoever gets it, I am happy for you. All right. Well, we just took something for $500 to $3,000 just by talking about it on a live stream for a second, and it wasn't in a good way. Yeah.
It's actually up to $3 million.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, well, I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
I'm just gonna stop.
Huh?
I'm just gonna stop.
Do stop. Put your
I got
computer
5
away.
days.
Put your exactly. We have
We got
5
5
days.
days.
We have 5
There's
days.
a lot to happen in 5 days.
We have 5 days. Oh man.
Let's break some packs.
Let's break some packs. That's a great idea. Yeah. Yeah, I should start a GoFundMe. Man, that sucks. Oh well. You know, I would really think that I order a lot of my own cards. I'm gonna order my plan is to order 1,000 of my Mike Trouts, and it's gonna have a high print run, but that's me betting on myself, and I'm gonna keep betting on myself. And fortunately, I'm in a position where I can autograph some of the cards, and then I can sell those, and I can break even on that, and then have a bunch of inventory. So it's really surprising to me. Now that is by far the most. I bought 70 Nolan Ryans, 200 Don Mattingleys, 250 Jackies, 300 Jackies, 250 Ricky. So I'm surprised that I haven't pulled my own 1-of-1 yet, but is what it is. Yeah, I have another Modelo. Yeah. Thanks, Peanuts World. Peanuts World, I have a fun fact for you. When I was a kid, my dad asked me, because I wanted to be a professional baseball player, and he asked what team I wanted to play for, and I made up my own team, and it was called the Chicago Peanuts, and that's my team, man. Anyways, so I can relate to the Peanuts World thing. Let's see. Let's get the. Okay, cool. Yeah, Eric, you're on it. You read my mind, bro. I was literally about to post the Trout link again. Here's this. Okay, so Mike says, don't want to water down the market. How many autos do other painters sell? Well, on one hand, that's a good point. And on the other hand, I'm not any other painter, bro. And I love what every artist is doing. Some artists, and a lot of it is based by them. I don't want to say they're not betting on themselves. They just don't understand the opportunity. Like Gregory Siff bought like 7 of his Cal Ripkens. He's like, crap. All right, I'll sell 7. So he like signed in number 7. Now, he's doing a lot more for some of these upcoming ones. But big picture, long term. Even if I'm buying 1,000 Trout cards, I'll do 300 autos, 350 autos. I don't know, 400 autos maybe. What is it? I don't know. I don't have the updated numbers. We changed it because Mark McGwire sold out so fast that we had literally people really, really upset that they didn't get one, and we're still trying to like divide up the ones that we still have to like. It's just like it was so crazy, and Mike Trout is Mike Trout, so like I want enough autos to saturate the market. Is probably the wrong word, but it's also. It is what it is. Like I want the people that want my card and are willing to pay for it, I want them to get it. And if you're thinking about watering down the market in the long game, this is my first set of baseball cards. This is the first time I've ever painted Mike Trout. This is the first time I've ever painted Mark McGwire. It will not be the last time on either of those. And it won't be the last baseball card. And so if you think about it, this is my rookie card auto, basically, across the board, right? So there's no watering down the market, bro. This is it. This is it. And it's just going to go crazier and crazier. And this print run is going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. I don't know if it's going to break the record. I have no idea, but it's going to be big.
Pretty good number so far, right?
Pretty big news. Also, Tony 23. It's exciting, and I don't think, short-term saturation, long-term value. Yeah, exactly. Because look, if I can get my autograph cards into, and I'm just spitballing numbers. I haven't calculated like how many autos we're gonna do across the set, but let's just say we're gonna aim high. Let's just say 10,000 homes, right? Which is a lot. I'm probably not gonna do 10,000 at least numbered autos. If I get my art into 10,000 homes that is signed by the artist, and the person specifically came to my website to buy that, and they feel a connection because they came to this, and then I gave them a password, and they guessed the password was my dad's name was Patrick, so they got this Mark McGwire card that has this whole story. It's not about the auto, and it's not about having 500 of them on the market. It's about that story, because that's sitting in a PC, or if it gets flipped, that's okay, and then it's sitting in someone else's PC, but it's sitting in someone's collection, and it has this story. And when somebody sees that card, they're gonna be like, man, this is Blake Jamieson, and he signed and numbered this, and this is his first Mark McGwire card. And look at this YouTube video where he talked about like getting a phone call from Mark McGwire after he signed that card. At that point, does it matter that there's 350? I don't think it does. I don't think it does at all. And I don't think it'll matter if there's 450 Trouts or 500 Trouts. In the short term, I want to saturate the market. And in the long term, I want to make everyone that bet on me early, right now, look super smart in the long run. That's my soapbox. But I'm excited. I think I've already started talking to Topps about the next set. We don't know what it's going to be, but they want one, and I want one. We've talked about relics. By the way, the relics are not going to be my promo card, my 1,000 promo cards. I had mentioned that before. It would be too complicated with everything they're doing with the other artists. I'm still going to do the promo cards like Tyson Beck did, Keith Shore did. Per my contract with Topps, I'm not allowed to sell them. They're only going to be given out, and we're going to do some fun stuff with that when that card comes out. That's actually, the card is going to look like this, but it's going to be on a full-size baseball card. We'll probably, we'll put a little border around it in a year, and this is one of my early baseball games with my dad, who we have the same smile. Anyways, yeah. Well, my dad says, shh. Yeah, this will be my dad's rookie card. That's gonna be cool. Oh man, that's awesome. Freeway fanny packs, man, dude. Jeremy, you're absolutely right. If somebody were driving down the freeway and saw me driving and like waved a fanny pack, I would never forget that. I would never forget that. It's crazy. So tomorrow, and speaking, it's actually a good segue, is tomorrow on Sports Card Investor. He's got a big YouTube channel. He's talked about Project 2020. He had a video maybe a week or so ago where he was saying, Project 2020 as a collector I love, but as an investor I don't love. If you're getting in now, he's like, if you got in early, of course you did well, but if you're getting in now, I think it's too late and you missed the boat. And I had a very good conversation with him that was pre-recorded, that he's going to play tomorrow on his channel. And the point that I just made about the artist side of things is one of the points that we talked about, of me saying, I think that you are forgetting that it's not just the athlete on these cards. And by the end of it, he was like, you know what? I don't know that I necessarily changed his mind completely, but I think I opened his eyes a little bit about certain elements of the card from an investment standpoint. Derek, you got so much hate for that video. Yeah, I know. It's not, honestly, like, I told him on our talk, I said, you know what? I agree with a lot of the things that you say, because it's like, if, you know, I mean, there are some cards that I would buy on the secondary market. Even now, I mean, I know we've hit a dip, and we're buying. I mean, I'm buying some cards right now, but yeah, I know. No, I'm not going to tell them which ones or whatever, but I'll tell them one actually. I think a very undervalued card right now is Tyson Beck's Cal Ripken. I picked up 2 more this morning, for, I don't know, under $150. I felt like that was a really good deal. I love Tyson's work, and I was collecting. I have a full set already of his, but I was looking at I was looking at current prices, and with this dip that we hit, I'm like, you know what, I'm betting on Tyson. I think he's a great artist, and that had a low print run, and it was an early card. I think it's great. Here comes the SCI pump. What does SCI mean? Do you know? No, I don't know what SCI means. I mean, the pump is, I'm gonna pump myself, man, all day. I'm gonna. It's how you got to do it. In my world, you got to bet on yourself, and you got to believe in yourself. Always. 100%. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people are missing the big picture that 100K print run is not that big compared to millions in the hobby. Yeah, I mean, it's just a standard set. There's 100K is rare. So, anyways, definitely check out the Card Investors Jeff's stream tomorrow, or YouTube video tomorrow, if you can, and put in some comments if you feel up for it. I love that. I would love if, like, that interview with me is one of his popular videos that gets the most engagement, and we can have a good dialogue. I think that would help spread the word. And then yeah, I don't know. I think it's a great investment, but I always think that I'm a great investment for me, and I always have been. Even if I don't make money, even if the business doesn't work or whatever doesn't work, I still think it's a good investment, because it's not just about that. It's about learning, growing, and evolving, and getting to wherever you're supposed to go. It's pretty hard to argue that I'm not there. Anyways, that's it. Love you guys. Stay awesome.